Good morning. So today we're starting some lessons looking forward to Easter. It's already Lent. Maybe you made pancakes to mark the start of Lent, or maybe you've given something up, or you're making a point of doing little kind things for other people. We're waiting for Easter, when we celebrate the Lord Jesus dying for us and coming back to life again. Our true story today is from John chapter 13, verses 1 to 17. It's number 13 in your booklets. There isn't a number on the blue one, but that's what it looks like. And there are the red and green as well. There's a memory verse. Jesus loved his own who were in the world. John 13, verse 1. John chapter 13, verse 1. It was time to celebrate the Passover. This is when Jews remember how God saved them from Egypt back in the days of Moses. People had flocked to Jerusalem to spend this holiday with their family and friends. Jesus and his friends, his disciples, met in an upstairs room in the city. Jesus knew that his time on earth was coming to an end, that he was going back to his Father, but first he had to suffer and die. He had many things he wanted to tell his friends, especially just how much he loved them. Now, Jesus often did unexpected things to teach important lessons to his friends. In those days, everyone wore sandals and the roads were dusty and dirty. When you arrived somewhere, a servant would wash your feet for you as you entered the house. This was a job for the very lowest servant. So Jesus and his disciples had arrived with dirty and dusty feet from walking. But in the room where they were meeting, there was water, a basin and a towel, but no servant. Things must have felt quite awkward. The disciples must have wondered who would do this job. It had to be done, but who was humble enough to do it? Then the Lord Jesus got up. He took off his outer clothing, put the towel round his waist, and then he knelt down to wash his friends' feet. Jesus, God's Son, did the job of a servant to show his disciples how much he loved them, that he would do anything for them. In just a few hours he was going to suffer and die for them, but they didn't understand that yet. Peter didn't want to see his Lord do such a horrid job. He didn't want Jesus to wash his feet. But Jesus explained that to belong to him, he needed to be washed by Jesus. Then Peter wanted a whole bath. But Jesus explained that he didn't need that because Jesus had already forgiven him and made him clean. He just needed to stay close to Jesus and say sorry whenever he did something wrong. We'll always make mistakes, but Jesus keeps on forgiving us. Jesus even washed Judas's feet, even though he knew that Judas didn't really love him. When Jesus finished washing all their feet, he sat back down and explained that he had done this because he loved them. He was their Lord but had become their servant. He wanted them to follow his example and love and serve each other. If we love Jesus, we'll want to serve others. It's as if we're doing those things for Jesus himself. Some people during Lent try to do some small thing for someone else every day, maybe in secret. It's a way we can love and serve people and love Jesus too. Jesus knew he was soon going to die on the cross. He showed his love for his friends by washing their feet. Then he showed his love for them and us as well by dying on the cross. The Bible tells us that the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life. That's in Mark chapter 10, verse 45. And Jesus loved his own who were in the world. John 13, verse 1.